On this week's breaking news, the golden ticket has finally arrived with Willy Wonka. LEGO continues their sustainability journey in Vietnam, and the gift with purchase for Lord of the Rings is back. All that and so much more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back-to-Brick, my newest venture into the A-Full merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back-to-Brick brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore A-Full or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back-to-Brick page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back-to-Brick where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back-to-Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Lego.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow A-Fulls about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you all for tuning into the podcast. If you have been a long-time listener, I really appreciate that. And if you are a new listener, welcome. It's a fun realm where we get to talk about LEGO every Friday and learn about what's been going on in the community as well as from LEGO directly. Now you can subscribe to this podcast, or you can go and be a patron over at Patreon. And I always want to thank those because they built a LEGO community that is really fun, and they get the podcast ad-free and earlier than most people so that they can enjoy this just as much as I do. A little bit on the admin side, this is my first full week of in the office, and I got to tell you, it's a lot to learn. Construction is something I've never done before, and now I get to learn about that, plus all the ride and show and all that kind of stuff on top of it. But I am getting around it and really going to try to do my best to succeed, and we'll get there. Now, we will be doing our set reviews at the end of the episode, as we always do. Our first set is going to be 76444 Diagon Alley Wizarding Shops, and of course, because it's Harry Potter and part of Universal, and we're going to do another Universal one. This one is the Roller Coaster Harry Potter Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure Island, Universal's Islands of Adventure, so it's Hogwarts motorbike adventure, and it's by coasters.bricks.worldwide, and it's very cool, and I'll definitely probably get that. But that's at the end of the episode, so stick around and let's jump into this week's first breaking news story. First up, LEGO has officially released the Willy Wonka set, and I love Willy Wonka, especially the classic with Gene Wilder, which is based on, and having the chocolate river, the Oompa Loompas, and then the boat, where it's one of the scariest parts of a movie. If you haven't seen it, you definitely should, and you can get a little scared by that, especially when you were a kid. But it's a fun set, and I love that it was finally introduced from a LEGO Ideas set, and honestly, it looks really cool, at least from the pictures online. I'll go see it this evening to really check it out, but if you're a big fan of Willy Wonka, it's definitely a set that you'll want to pick up. LEGO's offering 2 times VIP points on the Bag End or the Shire set, which it's very nice, and I have it, and I haven't built it yet, but it's definitely an addition to our Lord of the Rings collection that a lot of people were looking for. And the gift with purchase is also back. That's Smeagol and Deagle, which it wasn't exclusive at the time, and now, I mean, it's still exclusive, but if you missed it the first round, you can get it now. And it's worth about $25 for that, and this is going to give you a lot of good points, which is 3,580 points, and having that, really encourages you to go buy more. So if you're a Lord of the Rings fan and don't have this, it's a good way to get the gift with purchase again. A LEGO Ideas contest, the Perfect Vacation. They've officially announced the finalists for this, and they're really cool. Let's see, there's a travel trunk that has some underwater features to it, fish and a sunset, and almost a little Brickheads character to go with it. A island adventure style where there's a small house as well as like a schoolhouse from Main Street and some water features, and of course going into the woods to some really interesting church. There's My favorite, I think, is a cottage style over a waterway in, of course, a wooded area. It's a lot of woods. Another one is an open book. That's the photo journal where you can have all your different photos from your travels kind of coming three-dimensional. And then a beach scene with a, of course, giant wave and sandcastle. So these are really cool, and I applaud all those designers that go through this because it's a long process to design something like this and then get it into being the top 6. So congratulations, and we'll see which ones get chosen. The LEGO Group has signed a new agreement with the Direct Power Purchase Agreement in Vietnam and Singapore Industrial Park. Now, there's a lot of words, but what they're trying to do is open up their newest facility, which they've already opened the factory, but now they want to push to make sure it's 100% renewable energy. This now agreement has done a new large-scale solar panel operation, as well as industrial batteries complexes, and stabilizing that energy grid on its own, meaning that it will give back power after they've used all of it. And the senior vice president of the Asian operations general manager at the factory said this is an important step forward in our ambition to operate the factory on renewable energy. We are proud to be one of the first companies to sign a DPPA and appropriate the support of the nation and provincial authorities to create this opportunity. We're also grateful for the ongoing support of our operations. We look forward to continuing our collaborations with the SVIP for the creation of a world-class environmentally sustainable factory in Vietnam. Continuing on their journey for sustainability, and it looks, if you haven't seen the pictures, the factory looks great, and this would be insane to have the whole thing as renewable energy because it's such a big market that they have to do production through. So applaud the LEGO Group as always for that. The Black Pearl was a huge hit, so much so that if you buy it now, it's on back order until December. That is crazy. Like, they couldn't have anticipated this. It was such a huge part of my childhood. I love the movies, and the gift with purchase was a big pull for everybody because, it's sold out worldwide and prices are not cheap. They're for sale at over $90 to $120 on eBay, which is insane when most of these pieces you can purchase. I think the only thing is the dial. And I've seen somebody really modify it to actually spin, which I thought was pretty cool. And I'm going to get the Black Pearl, but I don't think I can wait for that. I'll probably just go to the Lego store and purchase it if they have it in stock because they probably go out of stock quite often in that. So congratulations to all those that got the gift with purchase. Otherwise, I'll probably just figure out a way to build it myself. The Lego Minifigure factory got a Willy Wonka upgrade. Now, what it is there's little decals now that the golden ticket and a couple other fun little features like candy as images that you can put on and the big W of Wonka. They did this similarly for Lord of the Rings. So that's fun if you want to create your own Lego minifigure that represents Willy Wonka and your love of that. And it's a lot of fun customization. I think that is well worth getting one if you really like some of these decals. The Lego House Master Builder, Stuart Harris, is going to be retiring here soon. In 2026, he's decided he's going to be leaving his role as the Master Builder. For the past 12 years, he's done this, and he's been with the Lego Group for 22 years. And, it's sad to see him go. I think that he's been an amazing part of Lego. I actually have a couple of his sets signed, as well as the latest one he designed for the Inside Tour. He's a great designer, super friendly, and he will be missed. And being a part of such a cool team, hopefully we see more people step up to the plate that are just as well to introduce themselves to the Lego community in a way that really is welcoming with some great designs. Lego did some fun Halloween posters last year where they just had some witty commentary on Lego, the stepping on the Lego brick or the one hidden under the bed. And, it was pretty expensive, 1,750 insiders points at the time. Now you can get all 6 of them for 3,000 points. So that saves you a ton of money. They did this similarly with the Ninjago mini city scenes because I bought the first one and then they did the whole pack purchase. And I'm like, what? Why didn't I just do that before? This one, I still think you have to, I don't know, actually, if you purchase it once, you get all 6 at the same time because then that would save you on purchasing Lego 6 times in a row. They're very fun posters and fun to hang up during the Halloween season. So if you don't have them or only have a couple, you can spend 3,000 points to get all of them. Bricklink Designer Program Series 9 is now open for submittals. That means that you can submit your own design to possibly get it made into a Lego set. Of course, it goes through a whole voting procedure, and there's almost 400 every time that they do it. And it's open until September 26th, so you have 11 days left to get in there and put your idea. I have 3 in the works. Did I finish them? No, because I moved and I got a new job. So there's definitely going to be probably Series 10 so that I can get them done the right way instead of rush through them, because that's usually what I normally do. But if you have a fun design that you've done, you got to make sure to use the Bricklink Series 9 palette to do that, and then you can submit it and possibly have a Lego set made for you and everyone else. The LEGO Group has released the Voyagers game, and there's some pretty good reviews. They had some preview, and they said, the LEGO Voyagers might already be my favorite LEGO game ever. And it said might. This is from IGN, going through, talking about the different aspects of working together and having some of the scenery to it. And at the $25 point, it's still a little expensive for what it is, but that doesn't mean that they won't do continued expansions that might make it worth the wait to have something like this. And I'm very excited to play it myself. I don't know what will happen when it comes time to go do those updates. And I hope that I can play it with my wife and really enjoy having that partnership of working together to get through some of these fun puzzles. And probably the biggest LEGO news of the week, LEGO has opened their Masters Academy at the LEGO House. And it has some really fun details where they've got the wall of bricks, of course, minifigures galore, and the chance to continue to build and create while being in a semi-competition setting. And the LEGO house has continued to expand as they've seen more and more people coming to it. And the Kristen Kirkmuff, the LEGO house is built to celebrate the fans who created it and shaped the LEGO brand within the LEGO Masters Academy. We continue that mission, inspiring the master builders of tomorrow by sparking imagination and equipping them with all new building skills that can take home. Our hope is that every visitor leaves inspired, confident, and ready to build in a new way they never imagined before. Well, I wish I could go. It looks so much fun. It's probably not for me, it's more for the kids, but then I could still enjoy seeing them enjoy it as well. And that's now open at the LEGO House in Billund if you're planning your trip there. LEGO has opened a new facility in Phoenix. This is the Consumer and Shopper Engagement Office, and it's a new hub with over 150 people that are working there. It's a new location to really understand and get fans even more excited about LEGO, which I don't know if they can actually do anymore because, well, we've been excited about all different LEGO. The price of LEGO, not so much, but definitely a continued way for LEGO to continue their improvements as they come up with new things and new themes that may not align with the IPs, which I think would be kind of fun to get back to a little bit more. So we'll see what they can do. As of yesterday, the Bricklink and LEGO users have integrated. Now, that means that your one login for lego.com is going to be the same login that you have at Bricklink. Now, I didn't really pay attention, so I guess we'll see how the integration has gone for me because I need to buy some bricks here. And I mean, it's nice to have the integration go through. Hopefully, that'll be easier for people to log in because it's only one login. Other than that, I don't really see other major improvements for it. And that's all the breaking news we have this week, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Go check out the YouTube channel. I'm finally going to get back to doing some recordings. I'll probably do some this weekend and some editing because it's been so long. I don't want to lose the skills that I have. And I have so many things that I want to talk about and just build. So look out for those. So let's get into our set reviews. Our first set is 76444, the Diagon Alley Wizarding Shop. And this is their MIDI scale style of build similar to what they did for Hogwarts. It is currently on back order. It will ship October 2nd though, so not too much farther. It's an 18 plus set of 2,750 pieces. No minifigures because it's at the scale, but it does have a bunch of tiny trophy figures, which are always super fun to have. They've got the night bus, they've got all the different shops, and of course, Gringotts with the dragon on it. And being someone that's working at Universal now, having Diagon Alley, this is a great representation of, what I love as a Harry Potter fan, but also for this. And at $200, it's not a terrible price for what you're getting. And at 61 reviews at 4.7.8 stars, it is definitely recommended for Lego fans that are Harry Potter fans as well. You can put it together kind of in an alleyway system, or you can put it in a line, all of them lined up next to each other. There's small interior designs like the Ollivander's Wizard Wand Shop, has the boxes that you can see all the different wands. And of course, as I said, the dragon and Gringotts, a little bit of that to it. So really fun. And if you're a Harry Potter fan like I am, this is something that I will be getting and definitely putting on my desk to display as, working at Universal, you got a lot of space to make sure you look creative. And this week's Rubricable review is also Lego Harry Potter. This is by coasters.bricks.worldwide. It's the roller coaster HP Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure Universal Islands of Adventure. So it's Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. And what's cool about this set is it has a track system with a little base to it, and then 2 cars on top. So we've got the motorbike that you can ride on, as well as the sidecar. And then those are positioned onto the ride track vehicles. And it's 552 pieces, and it'll cost you €7 to purchase the instructions. The bike pieces are standard bike that you would find for Lego with a little bit of additions here and there. And the sidecar is built. And I like the ride vehicle because it's very accurate on how the ride system works with the monorail track section to it. Not monorail track, the roller coaster track to it. And having that not as high piece count, which means it's probably not going to cost that much to purchase the pieces themselves. I think it does generate now on Rubricable a little bit what you can expect for the pricing. And it totally varies from $45 to $100 depending on where you're buying from. But I love this ride and I love this set. So just super fun. All right, everyone, that's all I have this week. Thank you again for tuning in to this week's podcast. I know that was pretty short. I'm surprised that we really didn't have that much to talk about, but there's always something to talk about with Lego, and the last couple of weeks have been insane. So definitely enjoy still talking about it, and I'll catch you next week and leave you as I always do. Get creative, get out there, and go build something.